Okay, my name is, okay, I can't see myself very well, but my name is Mr. Sider. Um, yeah, I've been in education for about 21 years now. I have an education studies degree. Also, I've done the TESOL certificate. Um, yeah, as I say, I've covered a lot of bases. I've worked in SEN, so special needs, a lot of secondary schools. I've taught people from many different countries, from the Middle East, from China, from Germany, in my experience. Um, yeah, I've got I used to have a drama background. I used to be an actor. So my approach is quite illustrative, let's say. And that works for me more in a pure academic, as it were. So that's definitely worked with especially the younger adults. Um, yeah, believe in the team ethic in teaching. It's not a it's not an individual science. You're on your own in the classroom, but the team ethic is very important. Um, Working with the individual, um, lots of differentiation is very important because you're going to have so many different levels in a class. Um, yeah, so that's it. I still enjoy it. Have bad days like everyone, but yeah.
All
Okay.
right, Mr. George, what do you know about Saudi Arabia and why are you interested in teaching there?
I worked there many years ago for the IPA, Institute of Public Administration. I had a good time there. I definitely learned, and I worked in Oman as well. So I definitely learned to understand the culture and the way that students are slightly different there. Um, yeah, as I said, I liked the culture. I think it's quite peaceful. Um, yeah, and obviously it's changing a lot because you've got the 230 agreement coming in. So Riyadh is probably a very different place to when I was there. Um, yeah, I'm quite excited about the line. That would be great to get there one day. I don't know when it goes into its completion, but yeah, yeah. What else can I say? I enjoyed it. I felt very welcome there. I felt very welcome.
Okay. All right. You have already taught in Saudi Arabia with IPA. I mean, what materials were you teaching? What was your class size?
It, there it was the class sizes were about 15, so it was quite nice classes. They were using Cambridge materials, the Cambridge books. I forget what it was it Innovations? Yeah, or was it Visions? I'm not sure. But we were using the Cambridge stuff, which worked very well. We were set what we had to do, how many units we had to get through per term. We would do all four disciplines separately. You would have one half term as a writing teacher, another half term as a speaking teacher, then a reading teacher, then as a listening teacher. So it was all split up, which was quite an interesting way of doing it. And the students were well behaved. I was well backed up. The principals put the fear of God into the students, and the fear of their fathers. So they definitely learnt. It seemed to work over there. The fear of dad knowing that you haven't got a good mark seems to work very well over there. Yeah, so that's that.
Okay, good. So how do you make sure your students understand you?
With absolute clarity, with checking afterwards. You normally know when they don't understand. You see a blank look on their faces. Um, Lots of visuals, uh, lots of repetition. Um, yeah. So, and after a while, you get spider senses about whether they've collected or not. So you become quite intuitive after a while.
Okay, all right. You might have observed one thing in Saudi students. Sometimes they are bored, right? They don't want
Mm-hmm.
to study. So how do you motivate them? I mean, what strategies do you use to make your class more interesting and meaningful?
Finding subjects that they enjoy.
Mm,
I find most of the Saudi boys are obsessed with Cristiano Ronaldo, for instance. And as soon as I mentioned CR7, their eyes lit up and I had them on my side. I would make lessons about, his health regime, the way he lives, etc., etc. And it was a way of clocking in to their minds by using a famous figure that they liked, that they admired.